Hi, I'm Lizzie and this is Laura, and we've just returned home from a sailing on board Virgin Voyages Resilient Lady. Today is our last day on board. It is day 3 of our cruise to Zeebrugge, or day 7 for us.
If you don't want to miss everything that we get up to on board our future cruises and catch up with everything we've done on this cruise, please make sure you're subscribed to our channel.
Today we are in the port of Zeebrugge. We have been here quite a few times and have ventured to many places from here, such as Bruges and Ghent. So we decided today that we were in no immediate rush to get up and get off, and to take it easy and to explore some of the local area instead.
We got up and headed off the ship and got on the port shuttle that takes you into Zeebrugge itself. It is an industrial port, so you do have to get on the shuttle to get out of the port. We'd never actually been into this sort of immediate area around the port, so we had a good look around in a wonder, and it was actually an all right place. There was some bars and restaurants there that if we were wanting to, we could have stopped at for a drink or some food, and there was like a little harbour area with some small boats, so it was, if you want a nice quiet day, it's not bad.
We had already decided that we wanted to head into Blankenberge. We have been here previously, but it has always been wintry, and we really wanted to go there in summer, as we had this idea in our head that it would have lots of beautiful beach bars there. We didn't want to go all the way back to the port because there is a shuttle that takes you all the way into Blankenberge. So instead we decided to get on the tram. This was really easy to do. It was only €2.50 for a ticket that then takes you to Blankenberge.
We got off the tram at the opposite end of Blankenberge than we would have done if we'd have been on the shuttle bus. So we got off by the pier and then headed straight out towards the beach area. We satisfied our curiosity and did see that the beach did look lovely in the warmer weather. There were a few people making use of it, and there were some beach bars that were open with customers using them, and there were people sat and enjoying various restaurants also on the seafront.
After we had walked along the seafront, we turned left as we got towards the end into the town. There are some stairs there that can be quite, I'd say, slippy at certain times of the year to walk on, so you might need to just take a little bit of care there. And we just had a little wander around some of the strips where the shops were. We were getting a bit hungry by now, and we thought, as we were in Belgium, what should we have? You need to have chips and mayo, even though Laura doesn't like mayo.
So I had ketchup.
We ordered them from a takeaway type of place, and we just sat on a wall and enjoyed them. We ordered far too large a size as well. We probably should have had a smaller one.
We had by now walked through to the opposite side of the town where the free shuttle bus would meet us. So we got back on the shuttle bus to the port. You do have to change bus at the port building. So the bus that operates into Blankenberge is different to the bus that operates to the port gates. So we had to get off, go through the building, and then get on a different bus to get back to the ship.
We got on the ship and headed straight to get an ice cream. We felt like we'd not taken advantage enough of free ice cream on board the ship. So we both had an ice cream, but while we were getting the ice cream, we were very disappointed to get a notification to tell us that our booking for another Rose had been cancelled due to a lack of interest in it. This sent us into a bit of a panic mode, because it then meant we did not have any dining booked for the night, and we knew that it was quite tricky to get into some of the restaurants at peak times because of how busy the ship was.
We had a quick look on the app and everywhere was showing us full. So we weren't able to get a dinner booking, and we were panicking a little bit. So Lizzie messaged Sailor Services via the Virgin Voyages app, and they actually sorted a booking out for us. They asked us where we would prefer to eat. Our only stipulation really was that we didn't want to go to Razzle Dazzle because we had eaten there the night before. And we actually ended up in Pink Agave, which we were delighted with because we'd really enjoyed that meal, even though it was only 2 nights ago.
While I was sending Sailor Services some messages, Laura was having great fun on the balcony, as she couldn't believe how many people were late back to the ship. Every time someone was late, she was like, surely that'll be the last person. But no, more and more people just kept on coming. It was interesting that the ship did just wait, and they didn't seem in a particular rush to get off. However, that gangway was lifted as soon as the last person boarded.
Just before sail away, we were lucky enough to have the Deep Blue Extras cocktail party to attend, where once again the free drinks were flowing. We saw Lizzie Lou at the party and caught up with her and just enjoyed ourselves once again. There doesn't seem to be any real restrictions when there are these free drink periods on board a Virgin ship. They are very generous with what they give out. It's not just one drink, it's the whole hour that you're at the event, all of the drinks are totally free.
After the cocktail hour had finished, which wasn't really cocktails, it's sangria and Prosecco, we headed back to the cabin to get changed for our booking in Pinkagave. We were seated in a different place in the restaurant, and we were asked if we'd eaten there before, and it made it easy because we could say yes. We ordered the first two same starters of the corn and guacamole. However, the corn didn't come out straight away, which I was very sad at. They did go back and managed to sort that out. We also had the chicken enchilada again, the shrimps again, and I really wanted to try the potatoes with the chorizo, even though I don't really like chorizo, but I thought they were delicious. I couldn't resist but to have my favourite steak again. Just steak and cheese and mushrooms are just an amazing combination. So once again, I really enjoyed my main, and I actually think Pinkagave would be the first restaurant I'd book on board any future Virgin ship.
And then for my main, I had the duck once again. And again, it was just absolutely lovely. I really enjoyed it. So I agree with Lizzie. I would say that Pinkagave is my favourite restaurant on board. I'm really pleased we got to have it twice. So in some ways, another rose being cancelled was a bit of a blessing. I did then finish the meal with dessert. I forced Lizzie into pretending one was for her, but actually there were two that I wanted to try. One of them was the chocolate tacos, which everybody always talks about being really tasty. And then the other dessert I tried was recommended by the table next to us, and it was the bread pudding served with rum and raisin ice cream. This is absolutely not my cup of tea. I would never have chosen that, but I did really enjoy it, and I surprised myself with how much I actually ate of it.
Once we had finished dinner, we needed to head back to the cabin as the suitcases needs to be put outside by 10 o'clock. We were very, very sad that this was our last night, even if we were desperate for some good sleep. We quickly finished our packing and put the suitcases out before heading to the Red Room because we really desperately wanted to see Persephone.
For Persephone, you do have to stand up if you're in the lower level of the Red Room, which is where we were. It is standing only down there, and the performance does take place all around you. If you do want to sit down, then you need to go upstairs and enter the Red Room from the higher floor, and you will be able to get a seat there.
The show itself was absolutely insane. It is incredible to see how talented the cast are. The singing was out of this world, as was the dancing. The way they just use the whole room is amazing. We don't want to spoil too much of it for you because we would like you to enjoy it for yourself, but it is unlike anything you will have ever seen on any cruise ship before. The entertainment on Virgin is exceptional, and it felt like a perfect ending for the cruise.
We decided to quite sensibly end our night on the rocks. There was an 80s party going on in the Manor.
Club Rubik's.
Is that what it's called? There you go, Club Rubik's. And we didn't bring 80s fancy dress with us. There were people that did have that with them, but we knew we had to get up to disembark in the morning, so we chose to be adults and sit somewhere calmly. We did hear some of our fellow passengers talking about the party in the Manor, and they said it was really good fun. So we would definitely attend if we were on a Virgin cruise again in the future. But tonight we were simply exhausted.
Earlier on today, we had selected a disembarkation time of 9 a.m. So it isn't massively early like on some cruise lines, but we decided that now was a good time to go to bed so that we would manage to get some decent sleep before we had to get off in the morning.
We could have stayed in the cabin until 10:30 a.m. on the morning of disembarkation, so we didn't need to have that 9 a.m. disembarkation time. However, I had to unfortunately get home so that I could work that afternoon, as it was a Friday, and I just simply didn't have enough annual leave to have the whole day off.
Disembarkation was super quick and easy. When we left our cabin, we headed to Grounds Club so we could grab a pastry from there. So I had a croissant and Laura had a pain au chocolat. We decided that we would take them off the ship with us to eat in the car as we were driving home. We headed down the gangway, which was a little bit steep, as we discussed about the gangway being steep in Portsmouth previously. When we got into the baggage hall, our suitcases were there, ready and waiting, and we walked straight out of the terminal building and jumped into a taxi to head back to our car.
Despite everybody's reservations about us parking in Morrison's, we got back to find the car had survived the week, and we thought that was really good value to pay £35. It was less than £35 actually, for a full week's parking so close to the port. We jumped in the car and then it was time to drive home.
We had a great last day on board the ship. We enjoyed exploring Zeebrugge and Blankenberge, and then really enjoyed Pink Agave and Persephone. We found disembarkation to be super easy, and we can't wait to travel on board a Virgin ship again. We will have a full review coming out to let you know our feelings about the whole cruise.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like and drop any questions you've got in the comments down below. Please do also make sure you're subscribed to our channel. You can also find us on social media by searching Sisters on the Seas.